Hey everybody, Mr. Jeff here for our make and take section of our program. And last week we made our barbells. So we made it out of juice containers and a cut off old snow shovel handle. The shovel was broken, so I made good use of it, cut the two ends off and filled it full of concrete, the juice jugs, and mixed it with water, put the cap on, shook it up, put the pole in, let it dry. Next day, did the same thing for the other side. I got a nice 15.5-pound barbell that I can do workouts with, homemade. Today, we're gonna make the second half of our dumbbells. And to speed things up, just wanna show you, because I'm gonna we made these last week, filled it full of concrete, put sticks, broken off root sticks in, and the bottle's going to come up to here, so I want enough space for my hand to grip it. And these are just your regular 16-ounce water bottles. Filled it again full of concrete, mixed it with water, put the cap on, shook it up, put the pole all the way in. Now that it's dry, we got to do the same thing for the other side. So if I were to set these up and try to balance them, they would tip over while I'm gone. So what I did is I just grabbed a milk crate, I put some soft balls in there, and so that's just going to hold my dumbbells in place. So I already got started here a little bit. I filled it full of this Saccrete concrete. It's about $2.59 at the hardware store for a 60-pound bag, which makes a lot of weights for us. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put my mask on because it's the powder, it's really dusty, and I don't want to inhale it. And so I got it started a little bit here. I poured some of the dry ingredients about 3/4 of the way. It does not take much water. I even made my own little funnel out of thick paper that I put inside to pour my concrete in here. I'm not going to do that with the water. I should, but this paper will melt it. I'm just going to kind of get down close and do that, but that wouldn't be a bad idea. Or you can just buy one of those plastic funnels. I'm sure they're very cheap. But I'm trying to do everything super cheap. So I used one of my jugs of water, and I'm going to pour it over some paper towels just in case I spill. I'm going to get that water in. I want it to come up almost to the top because I want it to mix in there. So now I'm going to put my cap on. It's important to save your cap because you got to shake it. And I want that water to get all the way in. So I filled this bottle of water, or empty bottle, full of about 3/4, 2/3 of the powdered Saccrete concrete mix. And I'm shaking it up. And the cool thing about this is if you put in too much water, which I've done almost every time I've made these, is the water rises to the top, so I can just go outside my door and just pour out that water and just add some more concrete to mix it. And again, I probably do the same thing, but it's really important that I get all the dry stuff mixed. Otherwise, you're going to have powder at the end, and it's not going to be your balanced weight. So as I'm getting this mixed in, I see it needs some more in there, and it looks like I have extra water. So I'm going to put a little bit more of the dried goods in there. Just going to shake it to the top there. Put my cap back on. There's also little stones and pebbles in here too, so they take up space as well. So I'm just going to get it all shaken up. Like I said, there's still some dry stuff down at the bottom. Now these plastic bottles for these water bottles are really, really thin, so they will crack and break if you start twisting them. So we don't want to do that. Just want to shake it all the way up. Get all the wet water down to the bottom. And it might not have been a bad idea if I would have put a little bit of water at the very bottom to start out with and then poured my Saccrete in there. But this is working pretty good. And again, the secret is that the water will rise to the top. So even if I leave it for a few days, the water is going to eventually rise to the top and then it's going to evaporate. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, before I take the top off, This is full, and it's a couple pounds right now, just one of these. I can tell there's probably a lot of water in there, but I'm gonna stick it in my little area to keep it upright before I take the cap off. So I thought that was a good tip. Now I'm gonna take the cap off because it's in place. Then I'm going to take my other end of my stick, because this one's already hard, and I'm going to stick it in until it goes all the way down to the bottom. And it's really important that you put them so they're straight. So you notice there's enough space now for my hand to fit on there. So when it dries, tomorrow, I'm even going to leave it a couple days, let it get good and it's hard. I will have a dumbbell to go with my barbells. And so you want to make two, because you want a set of two, so you can do your dumbbell exercises and your barbell exercises. All right, everybody, that's our make and take section. This is Mr. Jeff here saying thank you. And next time we're going to be making a new weight for our wrists. So we'll see you then. Take care.